Hi everyone, this is daveac.blip.tv and this is vblog 059 for Friday the 4th of September 2009. And I've got, wine at the end, but I've got so many gadgets here that the only gadget I haven't got is a Hoover. But I have got something very similar, some news about the Hoover's event this coming Sunday. But let's try and start at the beginning, and I might have to refer to a little bit of a list here because first of all, I wanted to make this more of a Doctor Who related day today. So much so, in fact, I think that that will carry over to next week. So let me start at the beginning. First of all, for my friend James Norton, who I hope to be meeting on Sunday at the Hoover show, and wearing the Gallifreyan Podshock. Let's show the top. Because of course I won't be wearing it on Sunday. Sorry Lewis and Ken, because I will be wearing the Cultum Collective podcast t-shirt which I've shown on this show. So I thought I'll wear this one today. Now, lots of things to talk about. Let's talk about some of the online news. Well, first of all, there's been lots of technology news. There's been rumours about iTunes 9 coming out soon and about integration of that into Facebook. With the Sony PlayStation, they have now upgraded their software to version 3, and I've got it on my machine. And one of the real benefits to us in the UK is that it more easily integrates the BBC iPlayer when you're using it. You know, obviously before could always go to a web page and do it, but now if you go into it, it opens up into a special TV friendly box view of it, and of course you can, depending on your speed of your connection, watch the programs at quite a high quality. And I've been having an ongoing argument with the BBC High Definition channel about their reduced quality. I couldn't believe it. I was watching the second of the greatest parts of Doctor Who, and I was watching it over the internet down a broadband link, and I'll tell you, even on the big screen, the picture quality wasn't that bad. It certainly wasn't much worse than when it aired on the TV, especially when they showed the actual clips from the show itself rather than the linking bits that were a little bit soft. So I'm really at a bit of a loss to know why the BBC are doing such a poor job with their bitrate at the moment. But ITV come in for the same flag. ITV High Definition channel, they've reduced the resolution from 1920 to half of that at the moment. They say it's to do with codecs and issues that they're having, but it is a little bit worrying that what we're going to end up is that high definition channels are going to be crammed in so tight that basically they're only going to be as good as standard definition should be. They are better than standard definition, don't get me wrong, but if they keep driving down the bit rates to 8 and even 6 megapixels a second, and remember a good DVD runs at between 5 and 6 megapixels a second, and that only has a quarter of the resolution. So really the bit rate for high definition, I didn't want to talk about this, I was going on about Doctor Who, but anyway, let's get off that hobby horse, David. What else? The podcasts. I've been on a couple of guest podcasts again, been back on Logan's Run and the Bee Movie Invasion podcast. That should be going up this weekend. On our own show that we've done, the last show was In Space, Everyone Can Hear You Laugh. Now, it was going to be a 2-week topic. We're going to do it over 2 weeks, comedy and science fiction, and then science fiction and comedy. However, after discussion, we decided to wrap them both together rather than spend the whole show arguing about what should we be talking about. So we did that last week, and so this coming week, it's going to be Saturday morning kids cult TV. Saturday mornings kids cult TV, and of course I hope to be reporting back from this Doctor Who event which perhaps I ought to go and tell you a little bit more about. Well, it's the Hooverville event. It's on at Ripley in Derbyshire. We've got to get to the Butterley station in Ripley before 10 o'clock, and then there's a little train ride to the actual event. I put up on the Cultum Collective blog some of the people that are going to be there, but let me just read from it. This is Sunday the 6th of September. That's one of the gadgets I'm going to be talking about later. Just click that up there to see if it gets going in a minute. Right, the event starts at 10 AM, finishes at 5. Colin Baker, Nick Briggs, Annika Wills, Toby Haydock is unfortunately not going to be able to make it. Ian Fairburn from the Invasion and Inferno and so on. Cheryl Hall from Carnival of Monsters. And there's going to be this podcasters panel, which I'm going to be one of the ones on it, but not wearing this t-shirt. That will be James that will be wearing that. Unfortunately, Tin Dog said on his latest 99th Tin Dog podcast, good luck for number 100, Michael. He doesn't think he's going to be able to make it, but he may just do it at the last minute. But at the moment, he's not going to make it. So we're going to be talking about podcasting, you know, about how professional we all are. Anyway, that looks as though it's going to be an absolutely great day on Sunday, and then I'm going to zoom back, hopefully in time for the Cultum Collective podcast that's on TalkShoe at 3:30 PM Eastern Daylight Time, and that's TalkShoe ID 54821, and I hope to give a little report about what's gone on in the day, and then we'll be going on to that topic. Well, before I talk about the Doctor Who thing that I want to do today, which is going to be the War Games DVD, and I think I'm going to do this over 2 weeks because I only just really got into the first few episodes. God dear me, I'll tell you what that is about in a minute. So I will do some of it today and some of it next week. Well, I said at the beginning, I've got nearly every gadget except a Hoover, because of Hooverville, push a Hoover to clean. Well, you've heard it, so I better mention it. I've put in the directions to actually get to Derbyshire so that I arrive on time. This is a Garvin sat-nav. I'll switch it off. And I borrowed that from my brother-in-law, so that hopefully will get me there on time. So that's one gadget. So I can do things at the show. Obviously, I've got my camera. I've got a USB plug just in case I need to power up somewhere. There's a friendly place where I can plug it in. USB stick with some files and little bits of podcast stuff on. And I've borrowed my son's tablet PC. Let me see. Oh, it's just on screen saving mode. It can. I've got a keyboard and a mouse and that. But there it is. Let me show it to you. There we are. Let me just get rid of the Hoover's page so I can see what I'm showing you. What's that you say? It's upside down. No, it's not. Great, isn't it? And of course, well, be a shame not to listen to it.
I'm Bullwinkle, and I used to be on a kids' TV show called Rocket Bullwinkle. You remember it? You remember me? Oh, that's great. Well, the Cultum Collective podcast are going to be doing a show about Saturday morning kids' cult TV. The show goes out on the TalkShoe site, and the ID is 54821.
Okay, that's enough of that. Shut up, you fool. So, yeah, I'm going to take that, hopefully, just in case I need to just do some little bits and pieces with that. And that is great. Even got my little mouse to use with it. So I'm all set up, hopefully, for the Hoover's Show. Now, we've got no book today, no classical music today, because I want to just spend a little bit of time on the War Games. Now, the disc box set, you've heard it on a couple of other podcasts talking about it, so I'm just going to be a little bit brief today on this. It comes with 3 CDs in. Obviously, I've got one in the machine here, haven't I? And there's an awful lot of stuff in it. The first disc 1 and disc 2, I hope that will focus, hold you know, the main stories, because of course it is a very long series. And then we've got all these extras. Listen to this. Oh, we've got commentaries, of course, from Fraser Hines, Wendy Padbury, Philip Maddock, and so on. We've got The War Zone, a new documentary about the making of it. Shades of Grey. Of course, this was the 50th story of Doctor Who. It was the last one with the second Doctor, and also with the 2 companions, although they did make a brief appearance in the 5 Doctors. But so that Wendy Padbury, Zoe, and Jamie, they were leaving at the same time as Patrick. So it was the 50th. This is in 1969 it first aired. The Doctor's composer, talking about regeneration, and that's a little clip I've chosen to show you. Time Zones, Strip for Action, the second Doctor, On Target, Malcolm Hulk, Devious, Photo Gallery, PDF material, production subtitles, coming soon. So it is an absolutely jam-packed thing. I actually do have the videos of this, but even so, I couldn't resist buying this particular one. Couldn't. Let's have a look at what it says. The TARDIS has materialised in a world of trench warfare, barbed wire and poison gas, the Western Front in 1917. In the chaos and paranoia of the First World War, the Doctor and his companions are separated from their ship, captured and court-martialed. The death sentence is swiftly pronounced. Woo! But I'm going to show you one of the little extras on here, and that is talking about regenerations, which I know that some of the podcasters have been talking quite a little bit about.
A story called The Celestial Toymaker. The Toymaker in question had made William Hartnell vanish, and he would have reappeared at the end of the story with a different face. And that's great, because it's a good, clever idea, but also it would have meant it could only have worked for once. When that fell through, and they just had to write Hartnell out very, very quickly, all that happens in 10th Planet is he just falls over. There's no explanation given at all.
That's just the quality of mine is wearing a bit thin.
Do you mean wearing a bit thin?
Yeah, very charged, that body.
The actual regeneration itself is just beautiful. I think wonderful. Derek Martinez is really a brilliant director. The Doctor's hand on the controls. Up to the Doctor looking, scared as well. There's that feeling that he's fighting it, which is really strange and exciting.
It's certainly implied that it's to do with the TARDIS. The only sound effect is the TARDIS dematerialising.
I think it looks brilliant. It looks absolutely. They fade between the two. It's such a fabulous way. It genuinely looks like an organic process. And it's never done that well again.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Now, obviously, that's the part where the first Doctor is changing into the second Doctor, and of course the War Games is not the first Doctor story, it is the second Doctor story. In fact, it's the second Doctor's last story, but we'll do a little bit more about that next week, show you a little bit of the clip, and maybe talk a little bit about the end for Patrick. So absolutely fully recommended. I haven't got even a quarter or a fifth of the way into what's available and what extras are on this DVD, so it's a must-buy one for any classic fan or any fan of the classic series of Doctor Who. Now, I'm going to just check my notes now, because as you realise, slight lack of polish today, but that's because I've been getting myself getting my little checklist ready for going to the show on Sunday. So let me have a little look down and see if I've missed any major part out. Oh yes, missed out about Tim Jory's little bit of a scoop when he was going around Cardiff. when he was there, and he stumbled upon Matt Smith, who will of course be the 11th Doctor, in full costume, going towards a location, ready to film some parts. And this was the bank holiday weekend, last weekend. I mean, there are places where you can find more spoilers about it, but the thing was that Tim was just so excited to have been there, and I got a phone call, and on his behalf I tweeted it out, a couple of messages, and put something up on the Gallifreyan Embassy forums. Oh, and by the way, Podshock 160 is now out, as is the latest Screwdriver, Doctor Who news driver. So let me have a look. What else has I got? I put about the PlayStation version 3. Oh yes, I bought my ticket as well as going to this one this Sunday. I bought my ticket for the Doctor Who at the Fan Cafe 2, and that's going to be on Saturday, the 7th of November 2009. And the guests already confirmed are Georgia Moffat, who played Jenny, the Doctor's daughter. India Fisher plays Charlie Pollard on the audio ones. Terry Malloy, Davros of course. Mary Tam, who played the first Romana. Richard Franklin, Mike Yates. Terence Dix, one of the writers of course. Andrew Carmel, one of the script editors. And Charlie Ross, who was the comedian compere from the last show. And then we'll be doing the signings in the Tiger Lounge again. So that is going to be Doctor Who at the Fab Cafe 2, Saturday the 7th of November. And I think it's £25, £26 if you pay by PayPal. And of course that's based here in the UK, Manchester. Well, I don't know how long I've been going. I've lost complete track. And I'm supposed to be hopefully giving people advice how to do this sort of thing. Well, I'm going to go for a wine. Now, I've got a slightly smaller glass, slightly different shaped glass. I've got a wine that's been out of the fridge now just about half an hour, I suppose. And it's an unusual one again for me. It's Spy Mountain, and it's a New Zealand Riesling, Marlborough 2007, 12.5%. And I don't know if you can see the it's lovely and chilled looking. So screw cap, not let it air, I've just let it warm slightly up from the very cold of the fridge temperature. I suppose really I should have got my thermometer thing out again, but there we go. New Zealand wines always seem to cost quite a bit of a premium here in the UK. I think that one was reduced again. I think it would normally be about £8 here in the UK, and I think I got it for £6, so that's what, €8, $10. And let's have a little smell. Oh, now how can I describe that? Slightly earthy, slightly woody, not a lot of fruit, slightly citrusy. Let's have a little taste. I'm getting citrus and pineapple-y. It's not sharp, but it's got an edge to it. And there's there's still that little bit of what they call butteriness, I think is what they call it. Beautiful colour, and it's quite intense, not very intense. Let's see what it says on the back of the label. Gosh, they always have small writing now. Am I getting old? Spy Mountains Riesling from Marlborough, New Zealand, a well-balanced off-dry wine. Citrus, stone fruit and honey aromas lead to pure fruit flavours with a nice convergence of acidity, and sweetness. The wine can be enjoyed as an aperitif, are ideal with oriental dishes and citrus desserts. Ready for drinking, served slightly chilled. I didn't get that honey, but I got the slight acidity, those fruity, citrusy aromas. Let's see if we can just get that honey hint. Perhaps that's what I was getting as the sort of butteriness. But it's a very, very pleasant drink. I only just wish here in the UK we're enjoying a warmer summer, because we've had a dreadful summer, and this really needs to be drunk on a warmer day to just cool you down. Okay, with that, I'll leave it at that. This is Dave AC for episode 059. I'll do some more from the War Machines next week. And maybe also include that jumper DVD that I've been putting off. And one last time for Lewis Cannon James, Gallifreyan Embassy, Doctor Who Podshock, because I'll be wearing the Cultdom Collective Chronicles t-shirt. And if you want to know more about us, Cultdom Collective podcast, but if you go to the Chronicles site, that's cultdom.com to learn more about it. And with that, see you next week. Bye all.